Hello! I do love talking with you every week. I really, really do. I've had so many questions about what I would call emotional and spiritual healing lately. I mean, it has been intense. The world is intense. I mean, we're having new programs come in, how to channel, the Channeler's Method, the Channeler's Academy, all of that energy coming in. And on a global scale, we have that, the unrest in Israel, and lots of people are asking about that. Well, we're going to Israel in November, and one of the reasons we're going is to promote peace and love and all of the energy that comes with that peace and love. But one of the things that we have to learn as we are preparing to go to Israel is for emotional and spiritual healing within ourselves. Then, and really only then, can we acknowledge that experience, that wondrousness, that we are here as a messenger for humanity. So I get so many questions asking me for emotional healing. What do I do? If it's in my Akash, how do I get to it? And how do I get to my Akash? And what do I do about the emotions about this same lifetime? And what about spiritual healing? Is it religious healing or is it spiritual healing? Is there a difference between religion and spirituality? I love people. Don't you love people? Well, first of all, it is possible for emotional healing. It is possible for spiritual healing. It is possible for emotional and spiritual healing. And the two are connected, but not the same. Just like spirituality and religion are connected, but not the same thing. Let's go with emotional healing. I'm going to give you 5 stages of emotional healing. Some of them, and spiritual healing. Some of them are tried and true, and some of them, as you can possibly imagine, throughout Adironnda, we have a new twist on them. So, in emotional and spiritual healing, keep in mind that spirituality is not necessarily religion. There's a lot of healing that can be surrounded with religion, but we're talking about spiritual, which is a lot broader than religion. It's about learning to live at the frequency or the vibration that Source intended you to, because Source is within you. As where the majority of religions describe it as something that is separate from you or outside of you, and it is both. So I just want to be clear on what we're talking about. We're not talking about the separation. We're talking about the unity of oneness that is within us. So the 5 stages of emotional and spiritual healing. The old energy is stage 1, grief and denial. Stage 1 denial is that everything is upsetting you. Stage 2 is anger. You get even more angry. Stage 3 is bargaining. Stage 4 is depression. Stage 5 is acceptance. In the new energy, and I made some notes here, so if you see me glancing down, I wanted to be sure that I covered what Adironnda says. And if you don't know who Adironnda is, Google him. ADIRONNDA.com. The first stage of emotional and spiritual healing is really surrendering. Surrendering to the fact that there are differences. Surrendering to the fact that a trauma or drama in some way, shape, or form has occurred. And emotional suffering happens when you wallow in that trauma or drama and don't go through the stages of healing that energy. So stage 1 is just surrender. This happened. Just surrender to that fact and don't deny it. Step 2 is awareness. Awareness, educating yourself into the awareness of the reality that this happened, this disagreement happened, this trauma happened, this argument happened, whatever. So what was really meant by that? What is the higher message? That's what our awareness bracelets are for. Is it a habit that you're going through, that everything happens over and over again? Awareness as to what the emotional repeated connection is that you are experiencing this again. If it's a brand new situation, still ask yourself, what is the emotional connection? When was the last time you felt this way? And then it's acceptance. Really surrender to the feeling, understand the feeling, and then accept, okay, I'm just going to feel this for a while. And I just feel it. And in the giving yourself permission to feel the way you feel, that becomes a powerful acknowledgement. And Adironnda always says you can tell the story 3 times. Tell it once to feel it, tell it twice to your friend that's going to vent and sympathize with you, and tell it 3 times to be done with it. And so with that energy of allowing yourself to feel it, go into that and come to the 4th stage. And that's really the realization in your awareness that the issue is never the issue. That whatever's triggering you, whatever trauma, whatever happened, those emotional feelings have happened before. And that connection of healing what happened originally. Now, you don't have to go into your kosh and feel all that stuff anymore and heal all that and go through that energy of all that anymore. You just have to acknowledge it and realize what it is that you're here to learn from that, so you can make different choices next time. Sometimes it takes expressing those feelings. That's number 5. Expressing those feelings in a safe way. I know with Joy and I, Joy's my business partner, Joy, we say, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to express it. Just know that I love you and I don't want to upset you or belittle you or have anything, but I need to just say this and communicate it, and I do so with an open heart. And that expression of my intention is to express my feelings with an open heart. But I find myself lost in this situation. I find myself lost in these emotions, and I'm working my way through them. Can you help me? That expression comes from love. Can you help me? And that is another way. Number 6 is to be present with your emotions. Realize the issue is not the issue. It's all in the past. You're reacting to something that happened to you a long time ago. Realize that. Have the awareness. Surrender to those feelings. Give yourself permission to feel them. And then work through them. And be present with how you can grow and learn and connect. So in the past, as you know, there were 5 steps to spiritual and emotional healing. Now I believe there's 6, and those steps are different. Surrender, awareness, understanding. The issue is not the issue. Confrontation instead of expression, instead of confrontation. And then being present. Trust yourself. And through that trust, you will have emotional and spiritual healing. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.